Bam. Take a look at the pregame lobby. The bans were stuff I didn't get a chance to read.
That's why I put it in our Skype chat. It was Jarvan, Zyra, Wukong, and Kassadin.
Excellent. That Matt for the win, definitely. And yes, ma'am, Kablam I have some funny ideas for both those. Coincidentally, one of my friends named Matt is actually in my phone as that Matt, so it was really creepy just now to see you post. Let's talk about those chat bans real quick. Just want to go over those briefly for me, because my throat's kind of starting to catch up with me. Alright, so, chat bans. The Champ Select screen bans, Nidalee and Evelynn. Nidalee, you have to go through her damage to kill her, which means her damage has been done. Secondly, while she's dead, her traps can still trigger on the map. You can't kill her before she's able to do her job, so you ban her. Evelynn puts your bottom laner in a constant state of panic. What this means is, if you extend past that middle point, Evelynn can come down and kill you. She's a fast character, she does a lot of damage, and usually she'll be able to deliver her damage before you can do anything about it. That's what you need to do with your bans. Your bans need to be on characters who can guaranteed deliver their damage when they're revealed, so that you don't have any other way to stop it. Kha'Zix, for example, he will jump out over a wall, and he will, shoot his little rockets. They can slow you, and they'll go over and eat you, or bite you, whatever it's called. And he'll just do a whole bunch of damage that you force you out of the fight or kill you. You can't really stop him from doing that without like a lot of positioning and other crazy stuff and vision. So you just ban him. Jace, long range poke. He's a good brawler. You can't really kite him because he'll just shoot you with his gun thing. So you ban him. Amumu, you can't really kite him because he'll banish toss too. You can't really kill him because he's durable as hell. He has a lot of AoE damage. Ban him. And Lulu. Just ban Lulu. Especially if Mad Supportal's on the other team. Actually, no.
Absolutely.
If Mad Supportal is on the other team, let him play Lulu for one game.
Don't even do that.
And then afterward,
just trust us.
No, they need to learn firsthand why to ban it. So you let Mad Supportal use it against you, and then you'll be like, wow, that's Imba Simba Lion King, ban it. Exile that to Timon and Pumbaa land right now. Because her kit is so good and she can deliver all those things from a really safe distance, so it's very difficult to kill her and stop her from being able to use her buffs. Picks, we're seeing Annie. Annie has a stun, her AoE damage is great, she's durable because of Molten Shield.
I'm not in the slightest bit surprised to see an Annie first pick. I mean, I am a little bit surprised to see an Annie first pick, and the reason is that I did expect to see Annie actually banned, but it is not going to be Annie and Brand on the same team this game. Annie was first picked, of course, by FatMii. Just did so well in every game that we've seen her tonight. And then Brand and Talon the pickups for Cheese Enema, two other champions that have both done very, very well, with the exception of last game where Talon couldn't do anything against the combination of Brand and Annie.
We're seeing Brand over the other side. So Brand and Annie split up. Brand, who also has a lot of AoE damage, and Brand really forces zoning because of Pyroclasm and Pillar of Flame, so you want to spread out against that champion. And if you try to collapse in on him to kill him really fast, then you're clustered up and he can do all of the damage that he wants to. Krowog on Talon. Talon has a silence, is a great gank. He will... Talon's a member of a rowdy crew that'll murder you. So, if you don't like that, well, screw you.
I believe that Jarvan was banned instead of Kayle this game. So, Kayle is available. She was banned very frequently throughout the night so far. Not sure if she has a 100% ban rate, but we have not gotten to see her played. Whatever. You know what? I think we got to see Kayle one game, but we are going to have a Kayle this game. So, if she can get some resist shred, and then Xin Zhao and Annie can get a lot of damage out onto you, we'll see if they do go for the Gragas steal away from Goldjet. Would not be too surprised as long as they can play it. Definitely a champion you don't want him to have.
I have no
Leona
idea.
Gets locked in.
I have no idea why I've been seeing so much Xin Zhao, actually. He's been picked a lot this tournament. Usually we see Pantheon J4 a lot, but J4's been eating some bans or being picked by other people. But I don't know where my where's my Pantheon been at? I don't know. No Pantheon this tournament so far. That's pretty interesting. And Kayle, her damage gets out of control late game, so I can see why she's picked, and maybe we'll see that happen this time. And you're talking about Leona being picked. Leona has all the crowd control. She makes for a great dive because of Eclipse. We'll probably see, I don't know if we'll see Gragas top or bottom. It's usually bottom. Gragas does a lot of damage. It's AoE, it's good, he's durable. It's a great character. He does suffer from not really having an escape, though, other than creative cask use. So we gotta watch out for that. But he can definitely put out some hurt. On the other side, we're seeing Vi and Elise highlighted. Now, Vi has an armor reduction as well, plus a suppress that roots people. So she's really good for that. She synchronizes well. If she gets engaged in on someone when Xin Zhao does, like that armor break from her plus the damage from Xin Zhao, that's going to be very punishing to whoever their target happens to be if they can get teamed up with each other. We're seeing Elise. Elise is a durable AP character that can stand deliver a little bit. She's hard to kill because she has Repel, and Repel is just annoying because it's like, hey, I'll just cancel abilities. I will kite your Pyroclasm into the sky and hope it doesn't bounce to jets. It's pretty rough. And it has a stun on top of that. Her damage is good. There's just, Elise is an all-around good champion. The thing I noticed about Elise is I can't think of anything that stands out as extremely excellent about her. Maybe someone else could someday enlighten me as to what is it that makes her such a popular pick. I've just known that she's a good champion. She has a stun. Her damage is always deliverable. She seems very safe. Like, I don't know what you do that specifically counters Elise. She's just a really, really good pick.
Yeah, she's really strong. She has good base damages, so she can build pretty tanky. Blackfire Torch synergizes with her kit extremely well. She is very mobile throughout teamfights. She has an untarget ability, and she has crowd control, and she's just ridiculously strong overall. So that's pretty much why she's a good champion.
Hey, we get to see some Jax this game.
Yeah.
Love Jax. Jax can be really durable because of Grandmaster's Might, AoE stun, good chase, great duelist. Maybe these days not quite as good as he used to be. He tends to be pretty squishy for the first half of the game, so you can kind of punish him for that. But later on, he can be a really game changer late in the game. The same way Kale is extremely squishy early in the game, but can be a major game changer later on. Now, since this is potentially the last game of the night, we got some plugs that we have to throw out before this game gets started. Otherwise, we won't have time to do them. This is the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament, number 64. This is Game 2 of the finals. If Cheese Enema wins this, they take the tournament for this week. If FatMii 2 Heavy wins this, they win their first ever championship, potentially, because they will take it to a Game 3. So, if FatMii wants to win that championship they want, they need to win this game, they need to take it to Game 3, and then they need to win that game. Cheese Enema just needs one to take the whole thing home. And it's free to enter. Bring your friends, come out and play. If you were going to play Dominion anyway, why not just have a way to get some RP? Maybe get your game cast by us. Tell people that you play Dominion competitively. You're completely allowed to use that in an argument. That just comes with the territory. If you want to hang out with us, the Dominate Dominion community, we have a chat channel here. Mads Portal's the best Lulu player, just period. Anyone challenge me on that? Go down here at the bottom, you go to chat room's control panel, you click create or join a chat room, type in Dominate Dominion, and you can hang out with us. A lot of people stream, we play in-houses, we stream, we do pre-mades, there's this tournament every week, we talk about all manner of things. It's a really cool place to hang out. Make sure you go over here and click this gear, click auto join on startup, and show timestamp, and that way you never have to worry about entering the channel manually every time that you lock in. If you are watching the VOD, make sure to follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DominateDominion. Make sure to click that follow button because there's other gameplay going on during the week. Sometimes Gormern, Romantic Jaguar, The Feed Ski, Nix A7, sometimes those guys will play some Dominion on here as well. Sometimes they play some other games. So there's a lot of different things that go on during the week on this stream, so make sure to hang out and just be part of the community with us. We like having more people to talk to. If you're new, feel free to ask questions. We love explaining it. That's our job, is to bring the game to you and help you to understand and be better at it. You can follow them on Twitter, @DominateDom, and Facebook.com/DominateDominion. Go give them a like over there. If you like me and my gaming media, my gaming clan on Twitter can be followed @VatoClan and YouTube.com/VatoClan. And I am Gandair of the gaming clan VatoClan, but I'll intro myself again later, so I don't know why I did that. My co-caster, RheingoldRiver, this week. You can find her on Twitter @RheingoldRiver and twitch.tv/RheingoldRiver as well. She streams. I encourage you to follow her Twitter to see when she's casting things, when she's streaming, because she does a whole lot of things for Summoner's Rift, and she's cast this a couple times too. So if you like her and her media, I encourage you to check that out as well. And Mobifire's got guides, has a community. Mobifire powers this tournament, so check them out, support those guys. And lastly, at the end of this month, on the 27th and 28th, Curse is holding a Dominion tournament. It is a 2-day tournament. All the games are best of 3, so make sure you have both days off work, because Dominate Dominion is not going to broadcast that week in support of Curse. Since Curse is going to run a Dominion tournament, we're not going to compete with them because we're very happy that they are having a little four-way into our game mode. So we encourage all the teams to go and compete in their tournament that week because I think the more the merrier when it comes to competition. So let's go ahead and support Curse because they're doing something real cool. Quick, Rheingold, talk about something. My throat. Ugh.
So I was just kind of curious to see what you would say if I didn't say anything. I'm not gonna lie, because one of my co-casters does that to me all the time, and I hate him for it. But I still cast with him anyway because he's pretty cool.
I really like how the chat, the Twitch.tv chat, is very polarized over FatMii versus Cheese Enema.
I think FatMii's team played absolutely amazingly that game. I was really impressed. I think they played really, really well, and they had great coordination.
I'm known to be a little bit of an anti-fan of FatMii. FatMii tends to get a little too carried away with the trash talk and things sometimes, and not really liking the way that he conducts himself sometimes in the DD chat or Twitch chats or on streams. But he really showed some great J4 play in that round of 8 game. He is here in the finals of a tournament. And on the one side, I want to see FatMii's team win because they've never won a championship. They have a chance at winning a championship. It'd be really cool to see them get that because this would be their first time picking up one, and they've been competing for a while. However, I'm just too big of a fan of Cheese Enema. I always want to see Cheese Enema win. Cheese Enema plays a whole bunch of different comps and strategies, and they play really chaotic or they play really standard. They can do a whole lot of different things. I am a huge fan of Cheese Enema. For the novelty factor, I want FatMii's team to win. But for the who do I like, I want to see Cheese Enema 2-0 him right now. I want to see Cheese Enema convincingly take these finals and add one more first place victory to themselves. I want to see that. That would be really cool. This game that I've been hyping up is the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 64. This is the finals of the tournament. We are in Game 2, and it is FatMii Too Heavy versus Cheese Enema. Cheese Enema is currently up 1-0 in this series. FatMii Too Heavy's team consisting of FatMii playing as Vi, Z Shogun playing as Kale, Chronic Angina playing as Zinzao, Moral Sinistral playing as Annie, Goldjet30 playing as Elise. I'm one half of your casters for this week. I am Gandair, and casting with me is...
I'm RheingoldRiver, and the other half of your players is going to be the team Cheese Enema playing on the right side of the map in red. They are up 1-0 in the series right now. If they win this game, they win the entire tournament. It is Lurch on Brand, Krayog playing Leona, Chavez Obama on Talon, MMKH on Gragas, and rounding out their team composition is Coravel playing Jax.
I like that other half of the teams. That was really cool. I am percent hype about that transition. It's pretty cool.
I've been working on different transitions to say, and I think I've actually just settled on that one. I think I like it a lot.
Hey, cool. That's what you do. You experiment. I just have to remember
what I said now.
It's okay. There's a VOD, youtube.com/VatoClan. Individual game VODs will appear there by Monday. Or you can check the Twitch archive here on the Twitch channel that you're watching right now, twitch.tv/DominateDominion, if you want the full solid 4-hour block experience of watching through the whole thing. Everybody heading up to the top. Let's watch Gragas walk. Look at those beard braids sway. He's got a watch. I'm trying to read the time on it, but he just doesn't stand still long enough for me to try. Clairvoyance goes down. They can see who's going there and in what order. Annie with the Molten Shield active already. He's trying to charge up that stun. Gragas rolling out the bottle, as it were.
Gragas top this time there, and Jaina actually going in. There's a stun from Annie. Reckoning from Kill doing a lot of damage to Chavez Obama. Vi comes in, gets the first kill. Leona going to pick up a kill onto Zin. MMKH taken very, very low. Also, there's no ignite onto him. He is going to be able to body slam and pot out of that. Lurch also taken very low, but does get the Pillar of Flame off. Leona picking up a second kill for herself. Not the ideal target for the kills, but it doesn't matter all that much. What's important is that you kill them at all. Gragas actually potting instead of going back to base. Annie taking a lot of pain from that stun, and actually Kale gonna pick up the kill onto Leona before anything happens to Annie. Clears a knockup onto Talon. Another barrel roll comes down from Gragas. Double kill for Kale. The team actually sort of gave those kills over to Kale, so prioritizing her gold quite a bit. Brand now getting jumped, and he is going to fall with just one more auto attack. There it is from FatMii. MMKH is over here, still has not gone back to base. Actually just going to body slam away, pick up the health, and looks like they might try and backdoor the midpoint. Annie, after capping Windmill is going to recall, and that is the fight for the Windmill. And actually, Emballing Elise successfully 1v1s Jax there. So Jax going to use the revive. Krayok actually still a little bit caught. Reckoning comes down from Kale. She's going to try and kite through the speed shrine, but everyone else has a speed shrine also. But Talon is here, and they do not want to face check that bush. What a smart idea. They're just going to go ahead, go back to base, and he barely does not pick up Gragas.
If you hit the speed shrine before their guys do, you get a little bit of distance on them, even though you end at the same speed. If you hit them at the same time as them, though, then it's not terribly useful. So Leona may have just edged them out, but I can't quite tell.
She did this like kite through the bush sort of thing, and that was very useful for her. And he does not have her stun quite yet. There it is with that incinerate. And Gragas actually body slamming forward. He wants to protect his team picking up the Storm Shield, which it looks like they will do, giving that one over to Chavez Obama.
Cage hanging around the bushes, looking for... I'm not sure what he's looking for. He let Moral Sinistral go by. Oh, it looks like they're going for like a pincher attack.
No, wanted the health, or wanted the speed. Was it worth it? You're probably not going to die, but get taken very, very low. There's the Shadow Assault from Talon. Actually gets hit by almost all of it, and running up straight into Leona. Oh no, Moral Sinistral. You're probably dead, and all for just a little burst of speed. But that's, of course, what Fiora gets. Meanwhile, Elise 1v1s Jax again. Caught on the other side of the team, though. They're doing a very good job of following the flowchart. MMKH this time not getting caught in the mid lane, but instead going to bot lane. Volatile Spiderling doing a bit of damage. And there's a pretty big minion wave, but Annie's Incinerate should be able to make short work of it.
A lot of camera down here in the bottom lane. Very cool to see that play in that area of the map. Although I am kind of scared. They did leave Windmill open for quite a while. However, there was really no one on their team that could do anything about it. Kale had kept hovering around in that area of the map, so everything was kind of covered. And now they're moving up. There is a creep wave pushing out from that. Crowd is going to begin to capture on the tower.
MMKH about to gank Elise in the bot lane, but actually Elise with a sixth sense saying, I have read your flowchart too, and I know to listen to it. There is the knock-up onto Bren. Pyroclasm comes down and hits all of its bounces onto two people. Great kill. Actually, maybe a little bit late, but it's still a good kill. Chavez Obama going to get that kill. And Talon actually with a double kill, the bleed from his Q picking up that last one. Can Annie get the kill onto Leona? No, she's going to give up and go for Chavez Obama instead. He does get the speed shine, so he should be able to live. Gragas and Jax are both bar right now. And the dodge is going to be enough to get Gragas out. Or to get Jax out, excuse me. Cage kind of low on mana right now. Elise gonna jump forward, repel, and Annie is here too. Gets a stun and another spell, and that is going to be the kill. Jax, I think you didn't necessarily want to do that. He does get the 100 gold from the capture, but he's going to give 100 gold over for neutralize, and they are going to be able to pick up the point, but it will distract them for a little bit. I'm not actually sure if that was worse.
Well, it is going to waste Annie's time. That is an important thing to note. Because if he had not gotten that, she would have had to be down there for less time. It's a few seconds. It may have made a difference. Top end of the map. Z Shogun, low on health.
I cannot believe that Kale is still alive. I'm just going to say, how in God's name is Kale still alive?
Paper thin survival there from Kale. Kralog being chased away. Lurch as well having to fall back a little bit. Both of them low on health. Kale,
Kale just lived.
Kale's scary.
I honestly don't know how Kale lived.
But does Kale have enough luck left for the rest of the game?
There's a question. It almost seems like whoever was attacking her just stopped auto-attacking her. She was so low there. But
MKH has been found in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Z Shogun chasing, had the Reckoning on her. Oh, the stun from Annie. This could be a disaster for MKH. Chasing after him. Tibbers activated, and the Reckoning follows up. He cannot quite dash away from that. Leona gets a double kill on the other side of the map.
Leona's 5-1 right now, which is, it would be a lot different. Yeah, kills don't mean that much, but I feel like it would be a lot different if, say, Talon was 5-1 right now. That's 500 gold on Leona as opposed to on Talon. It's definitely good to get kills, but it's not so good that they're on Leona.
Sinistral and Z Shogun taking that damage from the Blaze from Brand. Vision reveal. Oh, Chavez Obama jumps for Sinistral right away. Sinistral with the stun. Kralog following it up with the Zenith Blade. No, stun denied by Kale.
That was a very good Zenith Blade from Leona. Almost max range there. And Annie will eventually go down. Shogun still trying to defend, does not have ult anymore. Explosive.
Oh dear!
Leona with the shutdown. There is Vi coming in. Pillar of Flame is going to hit both. Does he have Pyroclasm? No, he does not. So they might have a chance at defending, but they are 2 versus 3 and very low right now. And there is a stun onto FatMii. Good stun there. Crescent Sweep actually used by Xin Zhao, but that was sort of desperation. He is going to go down. Kale does not have her invulnerability for quite a while. FatMii's still top. Meanwhile, Elise again duels Jax and balling successfully. There's the defensive Garrison. They're going to try and capture a little bit. Reckoning comes down. Actually does not hit the E onto Vi, which is, I assume, the target she wanted. There's a shutdown onto Leona. FatMii going to be taking a lot of damage. Actually, the conflagration spread does pick up that kill. Shogun has to attack in melee range right now with the E down. And dodge is one thing, but not quite enough luck. Annie on her way top. And Annie has not got her ultimate. There's a Disintegrate. Can she get the stun with Incinerate? Yes, she can. One more Disintegrate, and there is the shutdown. Tiber's now onto MMKH and the exhaust. He should be able to body slam over the wall.
MMKH had a great setup on Kale in an earlier fight, throwing down the barrel in the path of Kale's retreat, and then using the cast to pin her there.
Oh no! Oh no, Annie! Oh no! Oh
nope,
no.
She dodged the Zenith Blade. She can't dodge the counterattack. Jax up here to sweep that up. MKH back over the wall is going to get the assist capture gold.
So they did actually rotate Jax away from the bot lane because he was just not able to do anything against Elise. And Elise already with a Blackfire Torch at 9 minutes. I think that's pretty early to get a BFT. I'm not all too certain on the timings. But definitely Jax was not able to 1v1 her at all. So I like that they're doing some sort of lane swap. And to be honest, Gragas is probably the better bot lane champion anyway.
Xin Zhao was found and unfortunately defeated. He was caught by himself. Corval, I like Corval not using the counterattack. Oh, just popped it. And goes in for Sinistral. Sinistral stunned, chased out of the fight. Invincible from Kale. Sinistral still alive. Only just now gonna... No! Sinistral able to escape that. Throws the stun on Obama. Sinistral still retreating. The Reckoning helping enable that. And no!
Oh no, Annie, what are you doing? You were so alive and then you started being dead. But it might have been worth because Xin is here, gets one knockup. Can they get the kill onto Talon? They need 2 kills for that to be worth. And they're not going to be able to get it as the cutthroat to a creep comes out.
Nope. Obama and Angina both using their dash mechanics, jump mechanics through minions. That's a skill you should develop if you play this game. Learn how to use your abilities to jump to minions to escape from champions. Or to chase champions, as the case may be. Every time I look down the bottom lane, it seems like they break off from each other, and they only fight when top fights. I've been trying to show the bottom lane.
It's a good idea, because when do you know that you're not getting ganked? And the answer is when there's a 4v4 in top lane. If there's not a 4v4 currently in top lane, you might get ganked and you're not going to go want to fight the other guy. So it makes a lot of sense that the fights are going to be synchronized, and definitely whoever is ahead is going to have the even larger incentive to synchronize those fights only when there's a 4v4 in top lane.
There you go.
Which it looks like there might be decently soon, as there is a trap being laid in the middle, but there's so many vision items that...
And
oh no,
has...
Xin Zhao, careful!
Ooh.
Zenith Blade does not hit there. Jax comes in with the counter-strike. Ult from Xin Zhao knocks everyone away, and vulnerability onto FatMii. Brand has these all spells, just auto-attacking a little bit. 2 kills now going down for... She's Enema. And he gets 1 kill, getting the shutdown there onto Talon. Can she survive for a little bit longer and get another kill? Brand gets a stun down. Tibbers is still alive. Here are Vi and Xin Zhao rejoining the fight. No stun from that Seer because he was not already ablaze. There's the Clairvoyance, and looks like they're just going to go for top. But Talon did revive. And going to get a little bit slowed there. There's the knockup from Vi. Should be able to pick up the kill onto Talon, but meanwhile Leona picks up the kill onto Kale. And maybe it's fine that Leona has all of the kills if she can carry with them. Bren misses his Seer. That was actually pretty huge. Tanking the tower, Xin Zhao does not have a problem with that. And Moral Sinistral, living with almost no health, surviving with about 65 there. Team will be able to pick up the windmill. Jax is on his way. Annie this time not staying for any amount of time. The creeps will be able to pick up the point despite that interrupt. They do have to defend 2v3 now though.
And with Jax and Leona pushing up against that, that is some crowd control that can be applied. Oh, the vision proc, enabling Jax to leap over the wall. Xin Zhao exhausted, taking a lot of damage from Jax. Jax leap strike follows it up, is able to take him down. Solar Flare lands, not able to tag FatMii with the stun component, unfortunately. Good Pyroclasm coming from Lurch's Brand. FatMii is going to be defeated. The save on Moral Sinistral only for a couple seconds, though. Turning around immediately for Z Shogun unsupported after Annie dies. Jax with the quadra kill in the top lane.
Wow, that was a great quadra kill for Jax. The Pyroclasm getting all of its bounces off, that was huge. I feel like Annie maybe could have dodged it over to the side just a little bit. That might have helped them survive just a bit. But Jax not doing so well against Elise, doing amazingly well in the top lane.
Repel up to dodge. Goldjet negating that damage that he would have taken otherwise. Corville coming down to the bottom to help recapture the point. Now FatMii is wedged in between the team and the points, which forces them to come up here because there's damage on the point. Zenith Blade through though.
There is a knock up and knock back. And picks up the first kill onto Talon here. They're going to get a kill onto Brand also. Leona now trying to run away. She is pretty tanky with the bulwark. Gonna Zenith Blade to FatMii. Gets a defensive garrison down and the Zenith Blade onto everyone. The ult has to be burned onto Xin Zhao by Kale, and Leona will ultimately go down, but not before wasting a lot of time and giving Jax a little bit undecisive on what he wanted to do, and he didn't quite get the balling gank off.
Now, he did stop for the Storm Shield, and it looks like he wanted to get the Storm Shield and go for the bottom lane gank, but it cost him a little bit too much time, unfortunately.
That could have been a great gank onto Elise, but it's possible that Elise would have seen it coming, and so just getting the Storm Shield was the right call. There's Kale trying to get her Storm Shield, but the counter-strike from Jax is going to scare off. That is down for a few seconds, so there would be a window of opportunity to engage, but they do not want to. Annie does not have her Tibbers, and without her Tibbers, she's just a sad little girl who holds a teddy bear. It's a very cute teddy bear, though.
Yes. She's quite warm in her jacket, too. She's not going to be cold anytime soon.
Well,
this
Annie might be a little bit cold.
She has the Storm Shield now. This could be a lot of extra damage. Uh-oh. Crowd wants to start the fight.
Jax jumps in. He's in the middle of like 3 people right now. There's the exhaust. Pyroclasm comes around, bounces to almost everyone. There's a stun onto Vi. That was a really good steer from him. Xin Zhao, the first one to fall. Now another steer comes out from Brand, doing quite a bit of damage. Talon actually does go down here, and Vi doing a bit of pain. The shutdown actually goes onto Jax. MMK was exhausted, but as soon as that wore off, he was able to pick up the kill. Vi still alive. The shutdown goes onto Elise. Revives are available, so Annie using hers there. Lurch with some damage onto Shogun, and Gragas is here. 1 body slam should be enough. Annie got the stun down. Jax revived too. And there is a leap strike for the shutdown. Brand wants to capture the turret. Actually, looks like Gragas is going to do that. Can you leap strike? No, good stun from Annie. I thought she was leading the other team to her teammate who was recalling, but she had the stun, saying, "I'm gonna kill you." Just kidding.
Yep, it looked like a very planned kite into Vi, which they could have gone for, but I guess they had other ideas. Down the bottom lane, Goldjet and MKH, Moral Sister revealing himself there. MKH dashes around behind the rock, throws the barrel out. Vision being used to reveal MKH. The explosive cast kind of kicks them towards him, unfortunately. Uses the exhaust on Goldjet. Goldjet takes the health relic from Gragas. Gragas has to retreat back to the point. 4 down on the bottom. Brand moving up towards the upper part of the map to defend against any potential pushes there. Kale having the same idea. Both of them heading towards the top side of the map to protect what they own in that region.
There is the leap strike. He gets stunned under turret, but he has a counter strike. Talon jumps in, having wasted the Annie stun cooldown. Jack's going to jump in again. Exhaust onto Annie. I'm not quite sure that was necessary since all her spells were on cooldown. Talon, you don't want to tank the turret. Oh no, you're going to tank the turret, and he is going to fall there. Elise now jumping forward to Jack's Blackfire Churchburn, and there's a shutdown. What can Gragas do? Dodge with the cocoon, that's what he can do. But I'm not sure if dodging the cocoon is going to be enough. Running away with a body slam probably will be. Does get slowed there by that Rylai's. Rylai's is such a good item on Elise, and he is going to get knocked out by the 2-3 Talon Strike and die in the top lane. We know Kale gets caught out by Brandon Leona and also falls, so the 3 cap is retained, and they are going for the Boneyard right now. Can they defend it is the question. 3 versus 3. Gragas body slams forward. They have stopped the channel right now. Shadow Assault used, explosive cast, exhaust onto Xin Zhao. Gragas body slams forward, Vi actually diving the other way, and looks like they're going to give up the chase onto Talon. So we'll look at the other side where Jax is fighting Vi. Xin Zhao, meanwhile, does get taken out by Gragas, and that is the end of the bottom fight. And then action in top lane as Krayog has to defend against 2.
Krog by himself. Defensive Garrison activated. Solar Flare goes down as well. Kale using the Invincible. Shadows Obama comes into the fight, but is quickly knocked back down. Talon not terribly durable, unfortunately. Zenith Blade does not connect. They need a way to catch Moral Sinistral, and they just don't have one. Sinistral is a little bit too far away right now, unfortunately. FatMii heading up to the top part of the map. And it looks like Corville is going to go for the Storm Shield. Maybe going to grab that, but then head top to try and back up that fight. Xin Zhao may go for the one on his side as well, but if he does, that'll put him significantly behind and arriving compared to when Jax gets there. And it looks like Jax has found Xin Zhao, and Xin Zhao's going to back off because of that. Jax going to head top. And a couple of recalls going down. Not taking the Storm Shield in the center of the map. Xin Zhao going to walk right by it. Maybe Kale will take it. That is a resource that is not currently being used. Shadows Obama, uh-oh.
Oh no, oh no. Oh, Xin walked out.
Oh, Xin wasn't in the bushes!
There.
Xin wasn't in the bushes! He finds Shadows Obama. Shadows Obama tries to retreat. Oh, the snare, the stun, not quite landing, knocking MMKH back. Shadows Obama is able to escape from that because Xin had revealed himself early.
Good split away from the Pyroclasm will mean that they survive for a little bit, picking up 1 kill, 1 for 1 so far. FatMii and Goldjet actually probably need to run away, but there's a Zenith Blade across both, so both Sunlight procs will happen. Gragas, what am I saying? We'll get the other one, and Gragas gets a triple kill actually for him. Brand, meanwhile, is 1v2 in top lane, actually misses his spear there. And stops the capture for a bit. Gets a stun onto Annie. Annie with the shutdown.
Nope! Kale with the invulnerable, going to save Annie from the burn damage, heals her up afterward to keep her alive. And that heal was enough to keep her alive through Leona's damage, or through Jax's and Leona's damage. Kale, what are you doing? Kale loves Annie.
So, Chavez Obama is on his way top lane, but he is fighting against two members of FatMii too heavy if he tries to go there, which he will not. They really need to wait for Leona and try to regroup. Leona is not so good at dueling, and she's very good in team fights, so not a champion that you want to be split up with if you have.
Oh, Annie using that Hextech Sweeper, finding what was going to happen to her before it happened. It's very good to have. That vision effect is amazing. You always want to have that later on in the game. The items for that give them are also not terribly expensive. They give great stats. Krog being tagged with a Reckoning. Defensive Garrison activated on the tower. Minions may still be able to push it down anyway. We'll find out. Yes!
And there's a Pyroclasm coming across, just melting through all of the red HP bars. Triple kill comes for Kale, though. And, wow, there's just so much damage there from Annie and from Kale. So remember what you were saying in the select when Kale was banned about how you have an AD carry who's hitting your entire team at the same time?
Absolutely.
That's sort of what's happening, except it's an AP Kale, so not quite the same. But she's still doing a huge amount of damage, and really that was just a crazy amount of damage. I got a little bit confused because I saw the Pyroclasm and I saw HP bars melting, so I was like, oh, Pyroclasm is doing a lot of damage. Oh wait. And then Zhao is here gonna get invulnerability kind of early. Pyroclasm comes across with quite a bit of damage. Shadow Assault being used by Talon, but he gets stunned there. And Moral Sinistral is gonna get jumped on. Triple kill for Jax. This game is just so back and forth right now.
Kale retreating to behind the windmill. Vi heading up from the bottom. Corville taking some damage from FatMii's Vi. Pops the counterattack, jumps in, gets dunked by FatMii. Minions being pushed in from the other side. Lurch low on hit points. FatMii trying to defend as best he can, but with Leona channeling on the tower, that's damage that's not being dealt. Now FatMii, with no tower to defend him, is going to get a free trip back to the summoner platform. Down on the bottom, though, Xin Zhao going for a gank against Gragas, diving Gragas, forcing Gragas back away from the tower. Goldjet could stay behind the cap, but no, decides to go for MKH instead. Explosive casts knock them back. A little bit of AoE damage from that. Oh, Moral Sinistral finds MKH. Free shutdown. Corval going to die as well. Leona and Lurch coming down here to defend this. Up at the top, Shadows Obama, the only person near the top. If Shadows Obama gets into a disagreement with Kale, I don't think that he can win it.
Leona going on to Goldjet right now. I'm not sure if she can actually get the kill. There's a Xenoblade, so with Brand coming she will, and actually she gets the kill solo, so I don't know what I was doing doubting her there. Actually has a good amount of damage with the Zeke's Herald. And the Hextech
Nexus health tied up for just a moment. Cheese Enema now taking the lead. And they can take this game home, but it's been rough for them all game long.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just so much damage from both teams. And taking a look at their builds, there are bulwarks. There's the one Giant's Belt on Elise in the form of the Rylai's Crystal Scepter. But there's a lot of damage being built by everyone and not too much tankiness. So then that's just exactly why these fights are going the way they are. When one team has their ultimates, they just melt through the HP bars.
Ooh, that reveal. Very safe. Keeps people alive. Oh, walks into it anyway. Takes a stun for his troubles. MKH dives into everyone. Kale saving Chronic Angina for a couple moments. Full 5 up here. At least going for the Boneyard while this is happening. FatMii is taken down. And it looks like they're going to mob down towards the lower half of the map. Leona and Jax heading straight down there away from that engagement. As Elise was trying to get the neutral. The minions may be able to do that. CV over on this side of the map to reveal where people are. Kale being chased by Shadows Obama. Shadows Obama is able to connect with the Rake and get the slow, which is going to enable him to take down Kale. Now Brand is in a position to take care of the refinery. Chronic and Giant and FatMii are back alive again.
Along with Elise, there's a solar flare from Leona. Gets one kill. Can Leona duel Elise when Elise is at full health isn't the question. Now she can certainly survive for a long time. The other side of the fight may be a little more interesting. It is 3v2 in favor of Cheese Enema. They knock away from the tower. They get the capture onto the tower. Chronic and Giant gets the knockup, but doesn't actually get the kill. So it's a 3-for-1 right now, and Leona cannot fight Elise. She can survive Elise for a very long time. Has the revive, though. Can they save the point from getting neutralized? Looks like they still can with the extra speed on Leona. Zenith Blade.
Nope.
Oh, great Wooglets.
Denied with the Wooglets Witch Cap. And now the repel up may go down, goes down, and unfortunately is going to be killed. Now MKH cutting off some minions here. MKH, you're in an awful position. I hope you have an exit strategy, because I don't. He's going to dash on away. Kale did not come down to kill him. Kale instead headed up to the top part of the map to help take care of Korrival. And retreating, Korrival is going to die. Large bunch of bounces from the Pyroclasm. However, the invulnerability on FatMii is going to keep FatMii alive. In the bottom, though, another neutral tower. It's a 3 2/2 cap in the favor of Cheese Enema at the moment. Kale turning that around into a 2 3/2 cap as Gragas tries to keep the refinery neutral. Leona trying to keep the quarry neutral. And up at the top, Korrival and Lurch trying to take back the top point.
Looks like they will be able to get the windmill. Gragas does die, but not before spending a lot of time there. And GG's just came across an all chat.
Yeah, I don't think they can take it back from here because they need to get that bottom point back and they physically don't have enough time to do it. So this means that Cheese Enema is going to be your champion this week of DD64 with second place FatMii Too Heavy. And it remains to be seen where Pex will place at all, having them being knocked out earlier on. Congratulations to Cheese Enema for taking your 2-0 victory in the finals against FatMii Too Heavy.
So 2-0 in the finals for Cheese Enema. Very well played matches by them. It seems like Brand may be a little bit stronger than any of the two fire mages, but both just dealing so much damage across both of those games.
Take a look at the post-game screen here. Watch and take a look at the item builds and things. Kind of curious as to if Moose94 in the chat is the same Moose94 from IC or not. Hopefully you can message that back to me in the Twitch chat. Let's take a look at damage dealt. Brand way out in front. Take a look at that. 56,000 damage. Look at how far ahead he is over everybody else. That is a massive gap between him and the second place Kale. 15,000 point difference. That's absolutely crazy. And take a look at time spent dead. Time spent dead is Xin Zhao is the Graveyard Hero with 354. Hey Moose, I did play against you then. That's pretty cool. Hey, thanks for checking us out. Graveyard Hero is going to be Xin Zhao. And that is all we have to bring to you guys today. Cheese Enema is going to take the 2-0 finals against FatMii Too Heavy. Pays everyone child support. Not in the finals this week. So a very different week. And where can we find Rheingold? Where can people find you at?
My Twitter is twitter.com/RheingoldRiver. I'll link it in the Twitch chat. so you don't have to figure out how to spell my name, because I know it can be confusing. But I do a lot of League of Legends related stuff. It's mostly Summoner's Rift, but I also cast this, and I'm sort of starting to get interested in threes, so if any of you know of any threes tournaments, I'm definitely interested in starting to cast that. And my Twitch is twitch.tv/RheingoldRiver, but whenever I stream, I link it from my Twitter, so just follow that.
I don't know where, I don't know when, but Feedski, the owner of DominateDominion, wants to branch out into other games, as well as just League of Legends Dominion. Trees is on that list. You might want to talk to him at some point. It's an earlier in the AM thing. It's supposed to run Saturdays, though. It happens before DD does. So, if you're interested in that, I'll go ahead and talk to Feedski. Maybe he'll have more info for you, because I don't know much about it. He only came to me once about it, and I'm like, I don't know trees well enough to feel confident doing it. So... And me, I'm Gandair of the gaming clan, Vato Clan. You can follow me on Twitter at VatoClan, youtube.com/VatoClan is where you can find my media. Individual game VODs can be found there after the tournament. They will be up by Monday. They will be posted by that. They will be posted by the end of the day Monday. And if you don't want to wait that long, the Twitch archive has the full solid block VOD here on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DominateDominion. And go ahead and give them a follow on Twitter as well, at DominateDom. Thank you guys for coming out and watching this week. I ran out of games to give to you. I just have one more game to put up on the screen. One little cartridge game. DD64 is over for this week. Thank you for coming out. Bring your friends and come play next week. It's free to play. Thank you very much.